Map, map. Hey, welcome to Whitetail Weekly. On this week's episode, we're going to take you back to October 30th, back to the pre-rut. My son had the crossbow. Our goal for that weekend was to try and get in on some of that chasing, some of that fun. You know, that's what end of October, early November is all about. And I think we found some of that action. So come along with us. I'll take you through the hunt. We had an awesome time, and I hope you enjoy it just as much as we did. Hey, it is October 30th, morning of October 30th. We're out here. Jacoby's got the crossbow with him today, and we're going to try to get him on some pre-rut action. We got a lot of green out in front of us right now. They just planted this gas line in front of us. We got a nice bedding area to our west and northwest. You can probably hear in the background, we got the Space Needle off in the distance here, where we border a bunch of ground owned by consumers, and they're putting in a new gas well or something. So not the most peaceful or serene setting this morning, but we've moved. We're in the ground blind now. We've moved down kind of to the other end of the farm, in an area along the river that kind of sits between two bedding areas. It's just a natural funnel area through here, so we're hoping to catch a buck moving through from bedding area to bedding area. We're gonna sit tight. We got quite a ways till dark, so got out here early, got this blind set up. So it is brand new setup for the blind, so that might be an issue. We'll see. Hopefully we can just kind of catch them off guard maybe, and by the time they notice, hopefully it'll be too late. Well, we had gotten out there pretty early that afternoon to get that pop-up set up, get ourselves situated, and let everything calm down. So we sat the first few hours. I didn't expect to see much, and that's exactly what happened. You know, we watched some ducks go down along the river. We had some leaves and stuff floating by, just kind of enjoying that afternoon. It was a beautiful late October afternoon, but everything was pretty calm, and all of a sudden, you know, I could spot a few does kind of moving out in that field through the brush, and didn't think a whole lot of it. Was happy they were moving, but didn't get too excited until Jacoby tapped me and said, "Hey, Dad, we got a buck coming in here." I'll stop him when he gets in the main lane. Or are you going to get him there? Come to the right a little bit. I fast forwarded this section of video. That buck stood in the same spot in the brush for over 2 minutes, head bobbing, stomping, and staring us down before finally committing and heading our way. Tell me when you're ready. I'll try to stop him. Go right on the crosshairs. Just stay there. Just stay. Don't move. He's looking at us. Don't move. Tell me when to stop. Or if he's stopped and you're good, shoot him. Map, map. Tell us what happened. Be quiet.
He's about to walk away. We stayed still, and he ended up coming back in. He was quartering away, but I couldn't really tell. That'll be my first, like, real big buck if we can find him. We barely got that buck because he was about to walk away. I definitely heard it hit him though.
Alright, we went back, we looked at the footage. It's hard to tell. He was quartering away steep. It looks like it went right past the back leg, and if it did, it should have been good. You can see hair come off when you hit it. You can hear in the video that good pop. So I'm thinking he got up in there. It's hard to tell. The video was tough. It was on a hard angle. There's brush and stuff from my view. But I'm hopeful. Like it sounded good. Looking at the video, it looked good. But you know, we were sitting here talking, and we set up here because of that reason. Nothing could get downwind of us, and we're downwind of the field. And that was picture perfect what bucks do. There was 4 or 5 does out in the field, and he was shadowing them. He was basically following those does. I wouldn't say he was chasing them, but he was following those does. But he didn't want to be in the open. So he came in, he hugged right on that edge on the downwind side of those does, could smell them the whole time. And he knew something was here. And he turned, he started to leave, but he wouldn't leave those does, and he spun back and came right back into the shooting lane for us. So very cool. Jacoby and I were just talking, and he said, I tell him all the time, I say, we can sit for hours, and you're just waiting for the right 10 seconds, you know? You just have to wait till those 10 seconds happen. And that went from, we hadn't seen a deer this morning. We'd been out here for a couple hours, hadn't seen a deer yet. We saw a couple does, and we said, oh, that's neat, at least we know they're moving. And seconds later, we're in a staring contest with a really nice buck. So it happens quick. If you hunt, you know that. If you hunt with kids, you just got to keep reminding them, man, it happens so quick. But like I said, we looked at the footage. I have a good feeling, but I'm not going to put anything out there. I'm not going to, we're going to play it straight and see what happened. But we're going to, he wants to text mom, let her know what happened. And so we're going to do that. Shooting light's like 7:05, so we got 45, 50 minutes. So we're going to use most of them and just hang out here. So you think if we find that, that'll be a nice European mount? That guy's going in your room, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still on blood? Oh, wow. Depends what you hit. I think I saw some bubbles, some. Optimistic right now.
Yeah.
Whoop!
Oh, right, perfect in the lungs. Look at all the bubbles.
Go pull that rack up, you junior. Woo woo! Oh baby.
Look at all the bubbles.
What do you think of that, son? What you think?
Big.
Yeah. Hey, look at me. Great job, kid. Congratulations on your first racked buck. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that one might be hard to beat moving forward there, son. This might take a few years.
Okay, well, so we found him. He probably only went 100 yards, if that. He's really big deer. He is spraying the whole way, just easy blood trailing. There's blood everywhere. I thought he was going to go in the river for a second because he about did. He went right next to the river. We couldn't find where we first hit him, but we went out into the field and there was blood everywhere, so we just started there. And it's my first real racked buck other than a spike. But yeah, I'm super excited and it's really big.
Well, as you can tell, it's the next day. We drug him down. We're getting ready to head home. Today's actually Halloween, so we got to get young man here. Got to go get him in his Bob Ross costume and get him some trick-or-treating tonight. So we're going to head home, but we wanted to get him out, get a couple daylight pictures, and kind of wrap this video. So just a great hunt last night. You know, everything kind of went, I guess, as good as you could hope. We kind of set up in that spot thinking or knowing exactly what ended up happening. You know, we knew that could happen. We knew that was a possibility. That's kind of why we were there. And man, it just worked out great. So great night. Really proud of him. He did a great job. You know, this deer came in and he really worked us. He knew we were there, and you know, he knew something was up. He was eyeing us, stomping, you know, doing the head bob, and almost left. And you know, he ended up making the decision that those does were worth the risk, I guess. And that was his final mistake, I guess. But Jacoby did a great job of just, you know, keeping calm, being ready. Obviously made a great shot. And I know, you know, if you've hunted, you've been in those stare down situations and you know how intense they can get. And for him to, you know, hold it together and make that shot, that was just awesome. And I'm proud of him. Hopefully he's proud of himself. And you know, the end result is a great night, a great deer, and you know, just a fun night. Hopefully we can do it again some other time, but we'll have to wait now. Dad's up. I get to try to keep up, I guess, now, and see if I can knock something down. But what do you think? Had fun?
Yeah.
Good night?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Well, that should do it for this episode, this video, and this weekend. We're gonna, like I said, head home and do some Halloween celebrating. So what do you say? You send us out?
Thanks for watching Whitetail Weekly.
That's it? All right. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.